All right, so this is my back-to-back video, okay? We're gonna change it up. So, village. I know you guys have heard of what a village means, but I really want to break it down because the reason the way the world is right now is just simple as this. I mean, on top of other things, we just don't have the village. Sometimes we have a village, and that is important. And we have a version of what the village used to be. Let me explain to you what a village is. A village is everybody knows who you are, you know them. It's loving, it's a community. There's a heart, okay? There's breathing organs. It's a community. It's many that operate as one. Okay, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, so on and so forth, and heirs just stay in the everyone is family. Okay? That's a village. Why is it important to have a village? Why are we where we are now? And why have they taken it out? All very simple. Don't complicate these things, especially when you speak about them. Talk through confidence, okay? Mean what you say. And the reason you're going to mean what you say is because you know what you're going to say. And you know what you're going to say because you know this stuff, okay? Speak from a strong place, okay? So we come from Africa. Every single last one of us. That's where we come from. It's been on document, and I don't want to talk about that so much because that's not that mind blowing to me. We all come from Africa, white, black, purple polka dot. It doesn't matter. It'll your ancestors, my ancestors, we all come from the same place, okay? When, for an example, we have a domestic fight, between a couple, okay? It gets out of hand through passion, through being sensitive, through living. It just happens. We're human, okay? However, when outside of a village this happens, people lay their hands on other people, cops are drawn into the equation, jail time is served, things get kind of weird and taken to a place it should have never gotten. 90% of all domestic violence would be eliminated. And I think even up to 95% would be eliminated forever if we had the village that we first had. Okay. If that happens in a village, I get over aggressive with my wife or vice versa, and we're yelling and we're stepping out and where other people can hear, other people, other alpha come in to figure out what's going on to help and amend the situation. The only reason why we think fights are the end of the world is because we don't have a village. The reason why these fights get taken out and are so dramatic is yes, it's us. Yeah, of course, we always have to take responsibility. It's not our fault sometimes, but it is our responsibility. It's just that we never had the village. We had, but it's been so long. Okay, it's been so long, hundreds, thousands of years. It's been so long. Okay, we have 8 billion plus people. To make one village out of all that, is that possible? Absolutely. Anything's possible. Is that over idealistic? Perhaps. Is that realistic? Maybe not. But is it possible? Facts. So the point isn't, are we going to make it happen? The point is, we can. We already have, by making your neighborhood, even let's take it smaller, making your family at home that village. That's how you start this. Okay. So, one thing I respect about Mexican culture so much, Italian culture so much, and any Spanish culture for the most part, even European, dude, it's brilliant how much family means. Family is everything. And I love that. I love that. Food, culture, and family. That's if that's all we had, I would be okay with that. And music. I would be okay. That's culture for me. That's what I live for. That's what we're here to experience. Okay. That's a village. You start in your family, and that's where you start the village. And then within your community, you have one village, and then you like another. You something you like. You like. You tend to get along with another village, another family, and now you have two families. You have two villages, and if doofus over here acts a doofus, don't think dude ain't and this family ain't gonna step in over here because they are the same thing. They are now they have become one. That's what it means to be a village. And that's how we get from where we are to there. Is it possible? Of course. But it's people don't want to take responsibility. It may not be our fault. Okay. Cultures have been raped and pillaged for thousands of years. Okay. Um, it goes back hundreds and thousands. I don't know. I always say hundreds of thousands. I don't know if that's accurate. Just go with me. You know what I'm talking about. This is fucking hundreds of thousands of years. This is a long time ago. Um, there's been cultures who've already perfected this, and it's sad that it's not talked about. But like the Hopi, Native Americans, those are two perfect examples. They've already done this. They were one with nature. They were one with spirituality, being human, and triangulating their consciousness with everything. They were one with it all. They knew that there was a spirit realm. They were in contact with the spirit realm. They were in contact with herbs to heal. They were in contact with spices to heal. Food is medicine. That's how they were using it. They kill an animal. They pray for that animal to travel safely on the other side. They take everything from that animal. They take the leather and they make boots out of it. They make stuff that's gonna keep them warm. They make blankets out of it. Okay, and they do all this. They never waste anything. There's always bad seeds, and they handle it in the village, and that's why you have a village. And then what happens? That village gets raped and pillaged, literally, and then it's by the Europeans. Okay, and it's just the settlers, I'll say. Okay, and we're not going to get into that per se because I just wanted to talk about this particular lesson, but I definitely wanted to bring it up. Okay. So just the fact that the Native American, the Hopi, right? The Native American, right? They didn't even have these diseases. They didn't have a common cold. They didn't have any of this stuff. They had some stuff that is kind of inevitable, but they didn't have all that stuff that the settlers brought. Just being in contact with some of the settlers, they got the common cold. Think, just please think about that. Think about your people, um, our people, but think about having a class of people who have got it down to that degree. And these aren't rocket scientists, they're medicine men. They're not rocket scientists. They're not engineers. They're not working for NASA. They're not CIA and FBI and government, they're not doing it like that. They never needed to. That was all bullshit. None of that was ever proper. None of that was ever right. That was macho American bravado. That was pagan ritualistic. Okay? Pagan, satanic, ritualistic, negative connotation, dark side, black magic, right? Whereas there is the spirit realm where that does exist, but interpreting it to the correct density, interpreting it, that language correctly would be the hardest thing. But the Native Americans were able to identify the spirit realm. Okay. And us at this point, if we got into the spirit realm, what would we do with it? We wouldn't even know. We'd be so scared. Okay. It's just so different. It's so foreign that we interpret it. Anything kind of just being too foreign is negative, like alien. And if it's alien, we get scared. If we get scared, then there's unknown aspect. If there's unknown aspect and we're feared and we're scared, that's like a cat in a corner, bro. We get fucking feisty. We get nasty. Okay, we're here to survive. Some stuff too foreign for us. We're gonna resist. Not gonna. We're just gonna reject that no matter what, because we're all particles, we're all cells. I'm one cell, you're one cell within millions of billions of trillions of cells that are constantly evolving at the same time. It's crazy. I love preaching. But anyways, we come from a village, okay? We all came from one village in Africa, and we came down to where we are now, where I look 100% white, bro, and you perhaps listening look 100% black, bro, or you listening, you're Spanish, or you're Asian, or you're Middle Eastern. You look that way, and be proud. Be fucking proud of your culture. Be proud of your family. Be proud of your village, but always leave room for another village because your village isn't the only village. Your village can add on to the next village. That village can add on to you. We can always help each other. We are one. Unite as we stand, okay? Unite as we fall. Okay, that's just American bravado. I don't think it's wrong being I'm American. I I love being American, but I do know history, and I do know that we continue to do things that we are not even taking credit for, and we aren't bringing to mainstream, and we're not saying in the broad day. And I'm okay with being American. I'm not going to regret being who I am. That's what we always do to people. Oh, you're black. You should be ashamed. No. You should be ashamed for telling that person that, even that thought coming in your mind, you should be ashamed. Okay? Just being different, we shame other people. That's a Puritan foundation, Christian Puritan. Oh, blame, shame, retribution. Oh, you did something wrong. I'm gonna, you sinned. I'm gonna throw you rocks until you die. Right? Just that type of thing. Right? Cause and effects. The reaction. See what I'm saying? That's about all I got. We come from one village, okay? In Africa, it doesn't matter what you look like, represent who you are, love it to the fullest, love who you are, leave room for other people, okay? Um, you wanting not to extend the olive branch because of the way someone looks, or anything, how can you get mad at the oppressor who's doing the same thing to you then? And that's what I'll leave you at. Peace.